Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I'm going to show you how to use our Geometric Genius. And this stamp is a genius. Unfortunately, it is on the Breaking Up is Hard to Do list, and that is our retired list. So on May 16th, 2017, this stamp set is going to be on the retired list. I think it's going to sell out fast. You might want to get it now. It just is a gorgeous stamp, but I will tell you that it is so versatile, and you wouldn't think that. So what does it look like? It's on page 231 in the annual catalog, and it is found right down here at the bottom. So I'm not even sure you ever looked at it, but this stamp right here has so many things that you can do with it, and I'm going to show you that right now. All right, so this is the stamp set right here, Geometric Genius, and with this stamp set alone, you can do so many things. Let me just get my my grid paper in here because we're going to need that, and let's get going. So I'm going to bring in the stamp right here, and we're going to bring in our black licorice ink because I did a class and it was a black and white background class, and it was to die for. This was one of the cards that we did. Have you ever heard of the One Sheet Wonder? Well, this is a One Sheet Wonder stamp because you can do a card and make quite a few cards out of just this one card base. And I'm going to show you what I mean right here. So what you want to do is you want to ink it up really good. And I'm just doing this with our black licorice ink. All right, and I'm just going to take, now you can take any size paper. This one happens to be 3 3/4 by 5, but you can take any size paper when you do this. All right, so I'm just going to lay this down here, grab my scrap paper, and with the flat of your hand, don't do this because you're going to get like really nice lines here, but not here because you missed that. If you go with the flat of your hand, you're going to get nice, even coverage underneath. All right, and then rather than touch this with your finger and get it all black, just grab your black or your scrap paper and pick it up. And here is our card. All right, I don't want to move that out because I'm going to show you. So that's what the stamp looks like all by itself. It's knocked down, drag out, gorgeous. All right, so here's that stamp. Now, what I want to show you is a few things. Let's put the top on our ink right here because I'm not going to use that right away, but let me just show you a couple things that you can do with this. Because it is a geometric shape and it has some nice straight lines to it, you can look at this piece and look and say, oh my goodness, this can be cut up like a One Sheet Wonder, and I don't even need to measure. So let's just, this is the piece that we started out with. Let me just show you right here. All right, so this one, it looks exactly like that one right here. All right, that one looks exactly like this one. This one's on a bigger piece of paper, but that doesn't matter because we can do the same thing to this one. But what I did was I just started cutting it up. So the first thing that I did was I counted down a few, and if you take this, let's go with this one right here. If you go down, this one is just 2, you can go down 3, but for right now I'm just going to go down 2, and I'm just going to follow the lines. All right, and then I'm going to go up just to make it a little interesting. All right, so I'm just going to go up to there. I'm going to go down to there. I did this in one of my team meetings and they went nuts. And it just, like I said, if you love the One Sheet Wonder, you're going to love this. Now I just cut down to here, and then you see why they call this the Genius? It's called the Geometric Genius. And then you want to go down and then up. And you have a piece for the top of your card right here. All right, so, sorry, that's over here. Let me just show you another one that I did when I cut. So that was that one. Now you can take and you can cut, you know, you can just go down and you can cut, let's say, this piece off right here. So let's go up like this, and then down like this. And I'm just doing it randomly. I mean, you can do it any way that you want. So now we have a piece that looks like this. So let me show you how I put this together. This one right here, what I did was I cut this one first. So when I did, I took my full sheet and all I did was cut off this one piece right here. Actually, I started with this one right here. All right, so I cut off this piece. So I just went down a couple, I did a little triangle, and then went back up. And then I had a half sheet, and what I did was I just cut the piece off right here. So that was this piece right now, trying to put it all back together. That would be this piece. Let's put it over here. And then I had my little triangle left, which, do I have it? I think this one is it right here. And that was the little triangle that was left, and that made the entire piece. Like I said, you can cut this up any way that you want to. These are the two cards that they did in class right here. And they came out just beautiful. It was a background, black and white class. I loved it. All right, just add a few embellishments to it and you're good to go. Now, what I want to show you when I cut these pieces up, okay, so I took my full sheet of cardstock that was stamped, and then what I did was I just cut the top piece, okay, and that's this card right here, okay, whoops, let's just grab this right here. All right, so that's that piece right there, and then I cut the middle piece. That would be this one right here. All right, just cut out some little things. And that would be this piece right here. Now, doesn't that look like Charlie Brown's shirt? I just think that looks absolutely adorable. And you could take and you can put, you know, whatever you wanted on it. You could take, it's so awesome. All right, so then the last two pieces, here's one right here. Okay, and here's one right here, and what I did was, this is my last piece right here, and that is the whole sheet of cardstock. Now I could have just done one piece and then made that, you know, either the top or the bottom, and then use this one on another piece of cardstock. Okay, so you can, like I said, this is just so much fun to play with. And then what I did was I literally just took, you know, I cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5, and then I just cut out these pieces right here and made the this little X in the middle of it. Just a lot of fun. All right, so if you think that was good, all right, let me take it over the top. All right, so we've got this stamp right here. Okay, getting out my black licorice ink again, getting out, I did use on this one right here, I did use the rock notes, and this one is also retiring, I believe. I did use the rock notes on this one, so you might want to check that out because that won't be around for very much longer either. And neither will this stamp. I use it all the time, but you do definitely want to take a look at it. So after you see this, you're definitely going to want to do this. All right, so now what we're going to do, remember, here is our plain piece of paper, okay, and we are going to stamp that up. Now, you saw how I stamped this piece, so I'm not going to re-stamp that piece right there, but I'm going to show you that you can take this stamp to the next level and beyond. All right, so I've already got this one stamped. I'm actually going to take and use a clean sheet of paper just so that you can see it from beginning to end. So here's my clean sheet of paper. All right, I've got this all inked up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and see that little dot right there. You just want to make sure that you know exactly where you're laying this down the first time. And it is so easy to do this, especially because these lines are lined up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the corner, I'm going to line it up there, and then I'm just going to lay it down just like that. And then add my scrap paper to it. But what I need you to know is that that one point up there in the top is very, very important. All right? So now I'm going to lift up my sheet and voila. All right? So that's the way it was. What I'm going to do now, before I ink up my stamp again, is I'm literally just going to turn it around just like this. All right? Do that before you lay it down. That is so very important. Let's ink it back up again. I love these ink pads. I very rarely, and I mean this, I very rarely re-ink these. I've had them for 1.5 years, and literally I have very rarely re-inked them. I want you to take that corner again. I want you to put it right there in the corner where you did the first time, lay it down just like that, and put this back on. This will get you the same design every single time. All right? So when I lift it up like this, all right, OMG. This is what it was to start with. This is what it is now. Look at the difference. Look at how gorgeous that is. And I will tell you that no matter when you do it, because I can't stop doing it, you're going to get the same pattern every single time. I cannot believe. This is just a background stamp, people, but look at all the versatility in it. Look at the versatility in that stamp pad. Now, I'm not done. Let's do this again, okay? So we have our plain piece of paper like this. Let's ink it up. All right, and let me see. Let me find my ink pad. Here it is, okay? We're going to ink it up, bring it back in here. We're going to ink it up. I've got ink all over my fingers, so I'm getting things a little bit messy, but I'm so excited. Okay, so, oh, I already showed you that one. So now what I need to do is, and of course I just inked up my stamp, so let's see if I have my, do I have them? I do not have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my fingers dirty. All right, let's just clean this off. Whoa. All right, let's just clean this off a little bit, all right, because what I want to do is I want to take this off of here. And I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, but I'm going to use something other than our block. And it is a product that we don't have in our catalog yet, but I will tell you that if you have one of these and you want to do this, it is gorgeous. So yes, this is our the Misty. And I love the Misty. But what we're going to do is I like to do it this way, so it opens up to the right. I don't want to get it dirty, so let's bring this over here and take this off. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the pads that they have and just lay it down here like this. All right, and then I'm going to take my little guy right here, lay it down. For any of you that have one of these, you know what I'm doing. All right, and then we're just going to take and press on that so it holds our ink or our stamp set. Goodness gracious, Deb. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take and ink up my stamp. Now, what you need to know, let me just get this in the picture for you. What you need to know is that the stamp is different on the bottom than it is on the top. Mine has a little bit more rubber on the bottom than it does on the top, and it lends itself for this technique so well. All right, so if you want the pattern to be exactly the same as the top to the bottom, this is the way to go. All right, just lay it on there. If you don't have the Misty, this is the way to go. And you can do this without the Misty. You can do this and just well, let me show you. You can do it, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I have my piece of cardstock. I'm going to lay it down here at the bottom, okay? And then I'm going to take a pen and just kind of mark where my cardstock is, because you want it to be in the same spot, all right? So that's where my cardstock is going to be. I'm going to take and I'm going to close my Misty, and I'm going to stamp it. All right, putting my heart and my soul into that. All right, so we've got our Misty, or we've got our stamp. That's the one that we did before. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to line it up exactly where it was the last time. But remember, I said that this is off just a little bit. All right, so when I say that, when we stamp it, I want to show you all the different things that you can do with this, all right? So, actually what I'll do, I'll do this. I'll do this first. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is exactly turned exactly the same way, all right? Upside down, but remember, they're just a hair off. So when I go to stamp this, watch this. Are you ready, 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 ready? OMG! Okay, so this is the exact same stamp. Now you do have to trim a little bit because remember, one side is different than the other, all right? But look at this. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm going to get this out of the way. And I'm going to show you a couple more because I can. I want to show you this because it's so exciting. It is just so exciting, all right? So now, this is the one that I did where it was exact. So if you want this to be, you know, they're just so adorable. So there's that one. There is, let me just see if I can find, I used all my plain ones, so I don't even know if I can find you a plain one. Well, let's just use the scrap paper. So that's what it looks like, sort of, almost plain, all right? And then we have, oh no, here is one. Okay, so here's my plain one. All right, that's the way it's supposed to look, minus that little splotch right there. This is the one that is exactly the same as the top and the bottom. This is the one I just did with you. All right, do you see how different they are? Oh, okay, so then this one I did, I stamped it, and then what I did was I just moved it up just a little bit. I didn't turn it, okay? So when I did that, look at this. There's no end to this stamp. All right, so there's that one and that one. This one is, look at this. Okay, so this is done where I flipped it in the Misty. Those are exactly the same way. I just moved it just a little bit, and that's where I said you don't need the Misty if you don't have one, because you can take this stamp right here, lay it down like this, and then when you go to do it the second time, just move it over a little bit or move it up just a little bit. And these are the patterns that you get. Okay, so here's this one done with the flip. So I'm going to show you all the flip ones now. This one was just moved up just a little bit. It is so fun. This is another one that was done with the flip, and this one is my favorite. Look at that. These are all done where I just flip them just a tad bit. All right, so if you want to get exactly that, that's the way you do it. You can move it to the side, you can move it to this way, you can move it up a little bit, and these are all. You want to talk about a one-sheet wonder? This is a one-stamp wonder. But ladies and gentlemen, as of this video, it's still in stock. All right, come May 16th, 2017, when it goes on clearance on our Breaking Up is Hard to Do sale, you absolutely need to get it right away, because I guarantee you this one is going to be late sold out. So definitely get it while you can. If you guys have any questions, I'll just show you a couple more cards that I did a long time ago with that background stamp. You know, it was like blah blah blah, so boring. I can't find the other one, but it's like, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. This is just the cat's meow when it comes to background stamps. Like I said, it's so much fun to play with, and it's very addicting. It's like, okay, how many patterns can I come up with? Anyway, that's my post for today. If you have any questions, you let me know. I'm here to help, honestly. If you need anything, let me know. Hop on over to my blog, and that is where we will give you some more inspiration. You take care and have a great day.